Hey, what's up guys, it's Blake, and today we're going to be doing the second installment of my playlist series. This month's video is going to be about the 10 best songs from the annual Fearless Record compilation series, Punk Goes. Most of the songs on these compilations are usually complete garbage because there's either very little differentiation between the songs, or the artists just take the cover too far and there's no hint of the original in it. Making a full band cover is really an art where you want to incorporate your own flavor into the song while maintaining the original feeling of the studio track. Not a lot of artists do this well, as evidenced on a lot of these songs on the various compilations. But every once in a while there's a diamond in the rough on these, and today we're going to be looking at those. But as always, the Spotify link to the playlist will be down below in the description, and feel free to check that out and add your own songs to it and whatnot. So in no particular order, let's get into the songs. The first song on our list is Pierce the Veil's Just the Way You Are from Punk Goes Pop Volume 4, and is a Bruno Mars cover. What I like most about this cover is that Pierce the Veil really put their own post-hardcore flavor into the song, including their usual array of pinch harmonics and guitar harmonies, while basically using the entirety of the studio piano recording in the background. This cover really brought out the power of the song instrumentally, especially in the lead guitar and drum lines. Vocally, I don't think that Vic can run with Bruno Mars very well, but definitely does the song justice and owns the song in PTV's classic style. The second song on our list is Stay the Night by State Champs from Punk Goes Pop Volume 6, and is a Zedd and Hayley Williams cover. This is probably the best vocal performance ever on a Punk Goes album. Derek's vocal harmonies on the song are like otherworldly, and his runs in the choruses are crazy good. But instrumentally, it's definitely a little more experimental for State Champs in their usual high-energy pop-punk style. However, I definitely liked how the band played off the instrumental synth parts and translated them into guitar parts, and that was really well done. Next on our list is Southtown by the Ghost Inside off of Punk Goes 90s Volume 2, and it's a POD cover. If we were having a countdown, this cover would probably take the #1 spot because it encapsulates the 90s nu metal feel with a great hardcore twist. This is one of the rare instances in the series where a band gets to cover one of their influences, and it definitely shows on this track. Jonathan Vigil's vocals match the original song completely, and it's an excellent cover, and one I think definitely gets overlooked in the series. If you know me, you know I hate Real Friends, so this one will come as a little bit of a shock, but next on our list is I Had a Heart by Real Friends off of Punk Goes Christmas. For the most part, Punk Goes Christmas was kind of a disaster, and this was literally the only song on that album that wasn't terrible. I love how this one isn't blatantly a Christmas song and actually has some other application, and how I don't feel weird listening to it in months that aren't December. But the choice to make this a hybrid acoustic song is great, and one of the better instrumental decisions I've heard from Real Friends make in their history as a band. And it's weird because this song actually has some lyrical depth, which is something that Real Friends absolutely is terrible at. Next we have Still Fly by the Devil Wears Prada that comes from Punk Goes Crunk, and is originally a Big Timers song. This cover is absolutely ridiculous because it's literally the worst rap song ever. I love rap and hip hop and can't think of a worse premise for a song. But it's absolute like insanity makes it great just because it's hilarious to listen to. It helps that it's such an instrumentally well done metalcore cover, but the elongated breakdown towards the end of the song is one of my favorites of all time. This song is just so much fun to listen to, and that's why it's on this list. Next is Silverstein's Apologize off of Punk Goes Pop Volume 2, and is originally by One Republic. In my introduction, I was talking about how most of these covers don't change the style while keeping a similar vibe, and this song was the first one to come to mind that really did both of those things perfectly. This could honestly fit into Silverstein's discography, it's so well done in their style of music. I don't really have a lot to say about this one, but I really love listening to it, and it is one of the few I do so regularly. Next is Somebody I Used to Know by Mayday Parade and Vic Fuentes, originally by Gautier off Punk Goes Pop Volume 5. It seems like Mayday Parade has a song on literally every single compilation album, mainly because they're kind of fearless as bitches in that sense. Most of the covers they put out are also not very good like the rest of them, but this one hits home, especially because Vic Fuentes' feature helps the song remarkably. His verse is easily the highlight of this song. But other than that, the vocal harmonies are especially well done. The constant vocal layering adds great depth, and at one point I think there's 5 or so voices going on during the outro, which I really liked with this one. Next is Over My Head Cable Car by A Day to Remember, also from Punk Goes Pop Volume 2, and is originally by The Fray. I know a lot of people who consider this the best track in the entire series, and some even think it's A Day to Remember's best work as well. Overall, I think they do a great job of having a steady build within the song from a very low-key beginning to the eventual breakdown in the third verse. My favorite part of the song is how effortlessly they switch from heavy to soft. It really shows off their musicianship and ability to execute so many different styles within the 3.5-minute time frame of the song. Second and last, we have Mercy by The Word Alive off of Punk Goes Pop Volume 5, originally by Kanye West, Big Sean, Pusha T, and 2 Chainz. This song reminds me a lot of Still Fly by the Devil Wears Prada, except this song is absolute chaos. There's so much going on at all times, it's almost hard to keep track of. The first verse is just so much power, and it's so weird hearing Swerve consistently sung over these constant breakdowns. The second half of the song is a lot quieter, despite being just as intense, but almost seems calm after experiencing basically a 2-minute breakdown. The sweeping guitar solo is also incredibly tight. Lastly, we have We Are Who We Are by Chunk No Captain Chunk off of Punk Goes Pop Volume 4, originally by Kesha. This list wouldn't be complete without some synth-style easycore. I love how they incorporate the studio synth over the intro breakdown. This is just another fun song to listen to just because it's so ridiculous. The constant flurry of breakdowns behind lyrics like "We're sick and sexified" is absolutely hilarious. The song is absolutely terrible though, but in a very, very good way. But I hope you enjoyed the list. I'm sure a lot of other people have a lot of other favorites, so again, the Spotify link is in the description below for you to follow and add your own songs to. But be sure to let me know what you think as well, and thank you for watching.